Hello and welcome to Good Clean Gaming. I'm your host, Jalindo.
And I'm the wife.
And today we're playing
Scrap Mechanic.
this game I'm really excited about. Scrap Mechanic is an all-new creative multiplayer sandbox game which drops you right into the world where you quite literally engineer your own adventures, choose from the 100 plus building parts you have at your disposal, and create anything from crazy terraforming vehicles or transforming vehicles to a house that moves. You're even able to team up with your friends to create amazing things together. In Scrap Mechanic, you're the master creator of anything you can imagine. That sounds like a tall order, don't you think?
Yeah, but it also sounds really fun.
The developer and the publisher is Axolot Games, and this game will be released on January 20th, 2016. I'm so stoked. So
I can tell.
You ready to start?
This is totally your type of game.
You ready to start?
Start.
Okay, start.
Shijak.
Shijakara. So we're going to start with a creative. World name is just going to be Gameplay. And we're just going to show off a little bit of stuff on the game. And this won't be a tutorial per se, but I'm going to go through some of the basics just a little bit just to show you the early parts of the game too. So hopefully it'll be helpful to some people.
Do you know if you put 2 toilet paper rolls on top of each other, it will become your paper towels?
I did not know that. It's actually true in the game though. There's actually toilet paper. And then if you go over here and I think you stack it, put one on top of that, boom, toilet.
What?
Toilet paper, paper towel. Toilet paper, paper towel.
Is your mind blown?
Mind blown.
Right?
It's
Is
amazing.
that hearts? There's hearts on it, honey.
It's awesome. All right, let's find a field somewhere to cause some chaos. I'll go over here. Oh wow, look at that. It's like someone mowed the lawn or something. Look at that. Awesome. So good. Now I'm because of the way I'm recording this, I'm having to record it in 600 by 900, which is a weird aspect ratio and in a window. But normally this would be in full screen. I'll be doing that. If I do more videos, I'll be doing those in full screen. 1920 by 1080 or whatever that is.
So you start out with these materials already?
Yeah, you start out as creative mode, so you start out with all the materials
Oh,
you
this
need.
is creative mode. Okay.
Right now, the only mode in the game is creative mode. So the first thing people, always do...
I'm sorry, is this like beta or something?
This is early access. I should have mentioned that first off. This is still in development, very much in development, and continuously being added to. So this is the bare bones version of the game that is still quite buggy, but it has come a long way already.
And just creative mode right now.
Just creative mode right now. Thank you.
So we get to play around with building stuff.
Yeah. So thank you for clarifying all that for me.
Of course.
So I've added blocks. So all I've done is added the squares, and I've added the driver's seat. If you watch the tutorial, you should be able to do pretty much everything I'm going to show you for the first thing. But pretty much the first thing everyone does, I got it on a lift here.
What are we building?
Pretty much the first thing everyone needs to do to kind of understand how the game works is to build a car. That's the first thing it seems like everybody wants to do. So we're going to build a car. So I'm going to start with doink doink, doink doink, and I'm going to build it like so. Let's see, we probably want to have a little rotor there, or a bearing there, and actually we don't need a bearing on the back because we don't need to steer. So these will help me steer, and I don't need them on the back because you don't steer your back tires, you steer your front tires. So we'll have just a little square going down here, square going down there, square going down there, and square going down there. And then we need to have an engine. So I'm going to make this a little wider. Actually, you know what? I'll put it on the back. So I'm going to rotate my Q rotates that square, the direction your square building goes. And we'll just put a engine on the back here. Doink. Okay, that looks about right. Looks pretty even. And then after that, we need wheels.
So there is a tutorial for this?
There is a tutorial video, and I didn't want to go through just do the same thing as the tutorial and walk through the steps because it's already there, and I figured some people who already watched it aren't going to want to sit through all that again. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of really quickly going through what basically the first vehicle people try to build is. And this is pretty close to it. Okay, so there's your 4 wheels. You got your driver's seat, you got your engine, you got your steering column. And so we'll connect the steering wheel to the steering columns right here. And we'll connect the engine to the 4 wheels to power those. And then we're going to right click on these if they're going the wrong direction. See, these on the right are going the wrong direction, or right direction, but the ones on the left are always going the wrong direction. So you want to flip those by right clicking using the connector tool. And usually the steering columns are going the wrong directions too, so we're going to go ahead and flip those. Okay. We also need to connect the driver's seat to the engine, and then tell the engine to, right now it's on power 1, and that's fine. We can use power 1. So it's on the lowest power level. Oh, we're still on the little thing. Let me get rid of that. Yoink. Get in. And it's a little golf cart right now. So it works. We know it works.
It's adorable.
We can get back out. Push E. Increase the power to let's do 2 first.
Really? You're not going to just crank it all the way up?
If you crank it all the way up, some crazy stuff will happen. And I'll even show that in a second. If I don't really want to destroy this car because I want to use it, but we'll crank it up even more. This kind of thing starts happening.
Can you?
And that kind of thing starts happening.
Can you turn the camera so I can see the guy driving?
Yeah, I'll do it. Well, you can do it easiest when you're in the car. So, hold on.
Did he just get it upside down?
Yes, he did. So if you flip your car, just get your lift out, which is 9 by default. Left click on your machine, left click on the ground, and boom, there's your thing again. And it's up on the lift again, so you can raise it and lower it with the arrow keys and stuff. Most of you guys who watch the tutorial probably already know all this. Right click, get off there. Okay. So if we turn this all the way up, it's going to do crazy stuff. It's not doing horribly crazy stuff, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and pick that thing up, put it back here. So how do we rectify stuff like that? Well, we can do some crazy stuff. We can do whatever we want with this thing. If we want to, let's start fresh. Let's leave that. That's our basic car. How about that? And then we will build something else. Let's take. We're gonna grab some suspension. Sport suspension sounds good. And we're gonna grab thrusters. So rocket thrusters. And then wheels. Yeah, I think we got everything we need now. For now.
So what is the toilet paper and the paper towels for?
I think a lot of it's just cosmetic. I think the toilet paper and paper towels are just cosmetic stuff for now.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to build a platform similar to what we already had. Kind of like that. Put the driver's seat on there. And we're going to build something with suspensions and stabilizers and things like that. So the first thing we're going to do, build that out a little bit. And I want to make this a little wider, so I'm going to add an extra layer there, maybe an extra 2 layers.
So have you been learning about cars from all this?
I don't think this is a good way to learn about cars. This is a good way to learn about, like, mild levels of engineering, I suppose. But not about cars.
Okay.
I would say. Well, maybe. I don't know. I've learned a little bit about steering, I guess. So here's our platform, and we're going to add some suspensions down here. And normally what people do, the next car they build is they'll add suspension, then they'll add a little block, and they'll add a wheel to each, and then they'll have, shocks, basically, shock absorbers. And that works pretty good. But I want to take this a step further so that it's new and different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra layer of blocks down here. I don't know if that's going to be big enough or not. Let me see. Let's make it a little bigger. It's going to be a pretty heavy vehicle, but it should be fairly stable, which is kind of what I'm going for. A nice, stable vehicle that can go at high speeds and not topple over. Almost done, I think. Yoink. Oh, no. Okay. Let me get rid of those. Yoink. Okay. So we got our platforms, right? So now we can add more suspensions. And I do need to add the steering, which we haven't done yet. I'll have to do that after I get all these added, which means I'll have to take off one of the wheels. Just kind of want to get so the front's on this side. So let's do this. Let's take off these suspensions right here, and we're going to add steering to this portion right here. So boom, boom. Actually, need to add the little bearings in here. Sorry, these things are machines, so you do have to kind of build each part. So we add the bearings like so. Then we can add. I guess we can't put suspensions directly on the bearings. I was hoping we could do that. There we go, blocks, and then suspensions, like so, right? And then at the end of that needs to be blocks, so let's raise this up a little bit higher.
It's like you're building a robot.
Basically that's what I'm doing. And then we're going to add wheels, bearings to each of these for the wheels. So we can add those on both sides like this. This is going to be awesome when we're done. Just may take a minute. Uh-oh, don't need a bearing there. This guy's got some reach, I'm telling you.
For a little guy.
Oh yeah. So I add the wheels. It's going to look more like a airplane thing or something. Airplane thing. I just invented an automobile of some kind. Airplane thing. So you got the front wheels there, and those will turn left and right.
Yeah, it looks like the little wheels that come up when the airplane is taking off.
And then we'll have these on the back will be, they're not going to have turning, they're just going to have power. So we're going to have an engine connected to both of these. And then add the bearings. Bearing, 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 bearing. I'm really adding just double wheels because it looks cool, like, you know, like a semi truck. You don't have to. You could get away with one wheel on these easily, and it would still work fine. But I just like the look of it. Hides those ugly blocks, you know. Actually, we could hold on. We can add big wheels if we want to.
Wow.
Give it a little bit of a trucker look.
Can't even put them next to each other. They're so big.
Yeah, that might actually get in the way of the other wheel. Let me take that off. I'll do bigger wheels later. That would be really cool though. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain to connect all these, but we'll get it done. Okay. I think I can just probably can mount the engine to the bottom of this. Assuming it doesn't rub against the engine. That's probably going to rub against the engine. Okay. Let's take this down a notch. Right into the floor.
Wait.
I don't need no stinking physics.
I'll just let that one go.
Yeah.
You did say you wanted it lowered.
Yep. So I'm going to make this just a back wheel, a rear wheel drive first to see, because I've never tried a rear wheel versus a all wheel drive on this game yet.
Say that 5 times fast.
That is a hard thing to say 5 times fast. So we're going to go ahead and connect these. I want to see how rear wheel drive works on here. So I'm going to put 4 on each, connect each engine to 4 wheels. So it's basically I've got 2 cars back here on each side, so 4 cars. I have no idea how many horses that would be equivalent to. Okay. So rotate forward, rotate forward, rotate forward, 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 and forward. Okay. Now we got power. I think these will just free turn as I'm applying power to the back. So I'm going to ignore putting power to those. I'm just going to put power to the steering. I'm going to hope that I'm doing this right in a way that's going to allow it to steer properly. And I need to apply power to the engine. So, steering wheel to engines.
This looks crazy.
It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So now, check it out. That's our vehicle so far. So, level 1 is not enough power to move this thing. Okay, so let's really bump up the power. Let's go halfway up, because this is really heavy. It's going to take a lot of energy to move. But my goal is stability. I'm hoping this is a stable structure, a stable mobile. Oh, I'm still on the jack. Duh. Okay. It's leans a little bit, doesn't it? Can't. Oh. Okay. The steering.
Into the rock, honey.
Steering is backwards. The steering is backwards. So if you turn right, and if you try to turn right and it's turning to the left, just reverse your steering. See if we can try that now. Okay, left goes left, right goes right. Alt and zoom out lets you zoom out and take a look at everything. Oh, there's our guy.
He looks a little angry.
He does look a little angry. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that thing's got plenty of power.
There should be like races in this game.
I imagine there will be.
You know, people build the craziest cars and then race them.
So let's jump up this. See, even running, I want to make sure that this thing's stable, even if I'm running up like hills and all kinds of stuff like that. Now I'm using the sport suspension rather than the. There's actually an off-roading suspension, but I found
What's that?
I found it a little too bouncy. Oh, hitting a rock does not work. Okay. So what happens if we're in a situation like this? How can we right our vehicle if we get in a situation like this? Well, I'm glad you asked. You didn't ask, did you? You should have asked. That was your perfect moment to ask. Ah.
What do we do now that it's tipped over?
Well, now we need to make a way that automatically rights the vehicle. Doesn't that sound like a plan?
Yes.
Okay.
You can automatically do something?
You can automatically do things with stuff. So I just added a sensor. And you can do this with wheels too, but I think no matter what you do, it's going to be kind of messy. So we're going to go ahead and jump up here. And then we're going to add a sensor and say, if you, maybe I'll build this out a little bit further. And we're going to put a sensor here, and we're going to say, sensor, if you detect the ground, activate rocket thrusters and try to flip the vehicle back over. Sound like a horrible plan?
All I heard was rocket thrusters, and I was like, woohoo!
So, at this point, I'm feeling a little bit like Wile E. Coyote. Wondering if this is a good idea or not. So sensors, activate, sensors, activate. And now if I fall over, ideally, those will activate. In fact, we can test that. Yep, they activate. And they activate. So now I should be able to remove from the lift. Yeah, remove from the lift. Keep forgetting that thing. Now I want to run over a rock again and see if it will activate and right my vehicle. It may not. It probably won't. But it's worth a shot, right? Ah, come on.
Bigger rock, bigger rock.
This thing's a little hard to steer. Okay, that didn't help. Must tip over. Ooh. Okay, I feel like I know what I need. I need more power on these engines. Let's crank these puppies all the way up. Crank it up to 11. 11 million. This may tip over just with me going forward. Oh, yep, there it goes. Oh, come on, really? You're not going to activate? Clearly the ground is right next to you.
Oh,
Okay,
there we go,
it activated. And now they're trying to right, but they can't. They can't do it.
I'm wondering if that would work on a smaller vehicle.
I'm wondering if I need more thrusters. Because clearly it's trying, but then the sensor turns off, right?
Well, you do have a rock in front of you.
Well, I think if the sensor would stop... Well, actually, yeah, I guess I do need more of these thrusters. Let me rotate this. It's not gonna let me put it there. Boo. Okay. Thruster. Stop moving. Thruster. Okay, connect those up. Boop. There's another one. Uh-oh. Come on, you can do it. Oh! Uh-oh.
Are you trying to lift off?
Yeah, maybe. So that's neat, right?
That's something, honey.
Okay. So stability is still an issue. One thing you can do that I tried once is actually putting thrusters on every side of the vehicle for stability. It gets a little crazy though. So I'm gonna have to do some experiments on how to keep the vehicle stable, and that should be a lot of fun. So, is there anything else you want to see, or does that pretty much explain the game?
That's good.
Okay. One more thing. Oh, one more thing I do wanna do real quick. I just kind of want to do it. I want to make a motorbike, and you don't have to use these ugly gray blocks. You can actually use like stuff with like pipes and stuff coming out of it. But I just want to make this really quick. It's just quick to build it out of blocks because, you know, they're building blocks. I want to make a motorcycle.
A motorcycle?
A motorcycle. You've never driven on a motorcycle?
I did once when I was a kid, and I was scared to death, and I never did it again.
Oh. Okay, there we go, and there we go. And we're going to make this with the small wheels. Blink. And then we're going to make the back with bearings like... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it like this. Lift that down. We're going to put block up, up. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Right there. And then we're going to put bearings for rotation. Bearings for rotation. And big wheels. That's not going to work because they're not big enough to reach the ground. I've messed up my design slightly. Let's move it down to here. It'll work. It'll still work. Just not in the way that I was originally intending. Boink. Boink. And we need a driver's seat. Rotated. Is that the right way? Yeah, that's the right way. Looks like you're about to get on an exercise bike, right?
Yeah.
But then no, you're going to be in a motorcycle. Put the engine on the back. Link the engine with the tires. Tires. Ploink. And front tires as well. I guess we don't need them on the front tires. Yeah, why not? Might as well. And then turn this to 1. And then link that steering wheel to the engine and to steering column. Flip that around. Flip that around. I think we're ready. That's a really weird looking motorcycle. Take the lift off and lift off. Okay, it needs to go faster than that. No golf cart mode anymore. Come on. Oh, see, I need more weight on the front.
I like it.
You like it?
I do.
You can also have stabilizers on the back. Alright, so for next time, we're definitely going to add stability to this thing, to well, whatever we build. I'm going to throw some thrusters on here while we say goodbye. So we've been playing
Scrap Mechanic.
And
well, wait, what did you think about it?
I thought this game is absolutely awesome, and I'm excited. I can't wait to play more of it.
Oh, I like that.
I have jet thrusters on the back
right
of my
into
motorcycle.
The tree.
And I love the creativeness and the freeformness. And you can do more than vehicles. I've done only vehicles in this video, but I'm really excited about doing like buildings.
Look what you're doing to the poor little guy.
I'm really excited about doing buildings and stuff, and like contraptions.
Yeah, what I love about sandbox games is I kind of have a love-hate relationship with sandbox games.
Okay.
I love that it brings out, people's creativity, and you can imagine it, you can build it,
Yeah.
But I need some kind of objective. Some kind of, that's why I was thinking about like the racing and some kind of like goal.
You need a quest.
Yeah, something like that. Not just sit here and build all day. Well, once I build it, then what? So.
I got you.
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to give you some objectives if you play this game.
It just I can build all day long, but it's like, well, then what? What do I do with what I build?
I got you.
So anyway, but I yeah, this is
Yeah,
it's unique.
This is really nice.
It's a different take on some other games I've seen like this.
Yeah, it is, and I really do enjoy it. So I'm gonna see what I can do to make these vehicles are notoriously unbalanced right now. So I'm gonna work on stability on my next couple videos if I make more videos of this. So
I can't wait to see the craziness that people come up with.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be tons of crazy vehicles. So let me know what you guys think of it. And
Definitely.
This has been
Scrap Mechanic.
I'm Jalindo. You're
The wife.
Feel free to click the
Subscribe button.
thanks for
Watching.
and remember.
Keep it clean.